What's up YouTube? This is Victoria from Lemons and Lyme. I realized I'd never introduce myself in my videos, so let's start doing that. Today I wanted to go over my favorite detox baths. So I thought that filming in the bathtub would be the best idea, right? So detox baths are great for just anyone because we're dealing with a lot of toxins in the world. They can be really relaxing, they can be really healing, whether you have flu, a cold, feeling gross, had a bad day, week, and especially if you have a chronic illness, they are super helpful because they can actually aid in your healing process. With Lyme, you're killing a lot of bugs and those toxins build up in your system. You want to get them out. These baths can help do that. And I'm also going to be sharing a bath with you that actually helps with treating and the killing of Lyme, and it's really useful for basically any sickness. So first things first, if you're taking a bath, I would advise getting a water filter. If you don't have a full house filtration system, getting I have a shower head filter, and I also have this Sprite filter. It filters the bath water when it runs out. If you don't have one, you can also just use some vitamin C. About a teaspoon in the water will actually help clean it up, alkalize it, dechlorinate it, help dechlorinate it and just clean up that bath water a little bit. I'm going to link this vitamin C below because this is the cleanest one on the market. Most vitamin C's have a ton of shit in them, from pesticides to all sorts of gross stuff. They're really not clean, so you don't want to put that in your water. It's not going to be helpful. So buying any old vitamin C won't do. You want to get a good clean one. This is made from cassava root. That's usually the cleanest vitamin C out there. I'll link it below. I talked about this in my supplements video. So first things first, Epsom salts. I put Epsom salts in every single bath. They are the basis for all of my baths. This is a 6-pound bag. I use half of a bag per bath, so that's about 3 pounds of Epsom salts. You want to use a minimum of 2 to 4 cups in your bath, so minimum of 2 cups. If you have sulfur issues, then you want to stay on the lower end, so just 2 cups. You don't want to overload your system. But if you don't deal with sulfur issues, pack on the salts. If I'm having a lot of pain or muscle aches, then I'll add up to a full bag, 6-pound bag of Epsom salts to help soak my muscles and relax them. So this is the base of every bath. So everything I talk about from here on out, Epsom salts is included. So always use those. The first bath I'm going to talk about is a bath that's actually good for killing. It's really great for Lyme, but also super helps when you have a flu. Whether you're feeling like you're about to get the flu or a cold, or you have it, it'll help you get over it. It helps with skin rashes, parasites, fungal infections, basically everything. I call it the antibiotic bath. I can't take credit for this. My lovely epitherapist gave me this recipe. She got it from her herbalist when she was dealing with Lyme. So what you want to do is, it includes whole milk and oil of oregano, the essential oil. So you're going to get some whole milk. I prefer a raw, local whole milk, obviously, but goat's milk is actually my favorite because it really draws out the bad stuff. But any whole milk will do. And if you're vegan, you can use full-fat coconut milk, but it doesn't work quite as well to emulsify the oil, which I'll explain in a minute. So you're going to take your milk, I have whole goat's milk here, and you're going to put half to 1 cup in like a little jar that has a lid, a mason jar, whatever jar you have that has a lid. You're going to add 10 to 20 drops of oil of oregano, essential oil, so pour them in and put the lid on and shake it really well. This emulsifies the oil so that we all know oil does not dissolve in water. This oil will dissolve into the fat of the milk, and you can put that into your bath, and that allows your body to soak it up. It allows it to blend in with the water and your body to soak it in. So basically, if you don't know about oil of oregano, just oregano and its benefits, Google them. I'm not going to go over all of them now, but it's super antibiotic properties, basically. So Really great thing to have on hand in general, but awesome for baths. So you're going to fill up your bath, put in your Epsom salts. You want to use the hottest water you can stand. I mean, make it friggin' hot. Sorry, but do it. I know it sucks. I know it's not fun. This bath isn't meant to be fun. It's meant to be healing. So make that water hot. Mix your milk and your oil in your mason jar or jar or whatever. Shake it up really well. Add that to your super hot bath, and you're going to get in and try and stay in for 20 minutes. So the goal is 20 minutes. If you last 5, that's okay. You build up. If you last 10, that's great. If you last 15, okay. If you last 20, perfect. But it doesn't matter. The point is you really want to sweat and open up your pores so you can absorb the oregano oil, basically. And that will do a lot of killing. You should feel like crap afterwards. You'll drain the bath, take a shower. You want to do this after every bath. Drain and take a cool shower just to rinse all the sweat and toxins off of your system, off of your body. And then go lie down and relax and take it easy. This is not a bath to be doing. Do this bath at the end of the day is what I'm saying, when you can relax afterwards. So that's my first bath. Super killing. It's really great. It's helped me a lot when I had the flu last week. I kind of forgot about it for some reason, and then towards the end when I was feeling really, really sick, I did this bath and it was like a miracle. The next day I just started feeling better immediately. So get on that bath. My other favorite things to add to detox baths. So if I'm hurting really badly, if I've just had a lot of treatment, I'm just feeling really crappy Lyme-wise, I like to try and alkalize my body. And I do that by Epsom salts, of course, and adding baking soda. So I don't belong to Costco or any of those types of stores, so I have to buy the little packets of baking soda. And I use about half of one of these. So people say I add like half to 1 cup, which I think is about half of one of these. But you know, I'm trying to save money, so you get the idea. But anyways, ton of baking soda, ton of Epsom salt, and then your baking soda. Baking soda is a great alkalizer, so similar to the idea of, you know, any bath, you're absorbing what you're sitting in, and so you're going to absorb and help alkalize your body with the baking soda. The other thing that I always add to my baths is ground ginger. So I buy bulk ground ginger from a health food store, and I put that in my baths because it heats up your body, so it helps you sweat more. And the point of a detox bath is to sweat it out. You want to sweat out all those toxins. You also want to add heat to your body. So a detox bath can do 2 things. 1, it can kill, because the heat actually kills organisms, kills the bad guys. And 2, it allows you to sweat, so you're sweating out toxins. That's one of our main ways of getting toxins out, is sweating. Our skin is one of the biggest detoxifying organs available to us. So I add ginger, I add anywhere. If you haven't done this before, start with a little bit of ginger, maybe half a teaspoon. I add probably a tablespoon. You can add 1 to 2 tablespoons max of ground ginger to your baths, and that will help heat you up and sweat everything out. Forgot to say, with the oregano oil, start with 10 drops and then slowly build up. This bath is killer, and the more oregano oil you use, the more potent it will be, so start slow. So to alkalize, especially with Herxine, I use the baking soda. Ginger to everything, pretty much. Now, if I just want a more relaxing, I want a detox, but I want a more relaxing bath, I will do the Epsom salts, the ginger, and I will use clay. This is Aztec Secret is this brand, but that's because I can just get it at Whole Foods for pretty cheap. But it's bentonite clay, basically. You can order this online, you can get it at health food stores, just friggin' clay. And I add 1 to 2 tablespoons. People add more. You can kind of play with that. This is my least favorite bath, actually. This one makes me feel the worst for some reason. I think it really does a lot of detoxing, and for me, personally, other people can handle it more, but just as a heads up. So this one really helps. Clay is really good at drawing out toxins from your system, especially things like heavy metals. So I like to use that just if I feel like I've been exposed to a lot of chemicals recently, if I was out of the house, you know, when people had perfume on, or if I was in a building that was being cleaned by chemicals, you know, stuff that I would never use at home, then I like to use the clay in my bath to just relax and detoxify. I also really like to add, this is a new thing I found, I love adding crystals to my bath. I've kind of become a crystal, I wouldn't say crystal freak because I'm not super into them, but I've become more interested in them and their healing benefits, and I like to add crystals to my bath. So I only use I only use the smooth ones. If they're rough edged or anything, that they'll deteriorate in the bath, so you want ones that are cut and smoothed. And they just, you know, they add a new energy to the water, which is can be really healing, especially if you're using healing crystals or grounding crystals. I usually use a combination. So towards my feet, I'll put crystals that are more geared towards grounding, so darker crystals, which kind of just helps usually get in the bath to relax and recenter and focus, and so that helps bring my energy down or bring my anxiety down. And then I'll put more healing types of crystals up around the top of the bath where my head is, to heal and to center my head and bring love back into my heart and my energy system. The other thing I really love to do is light a candle, but this is a salt lamp candle. So there's salt lamps that you actually like plug in and light up. This is a salt candle basically. So I light that, and salt lamps are supposed to be extremely healing for a variety of reasons. Again, not going to go over that today. This video is going to be so long, you can Google it. So I like to light that because I also feel like it adds a new good energy to my bath environment. I want my baths to be relaxing and detoxifying, not to be stressful. Except maybe in my oregano oil bath. That one's a little tough because you're like, when can I get out? And you want to stay in as long as you can. But I want to just say a couple basics about detox baths is that you want to stay in for 20 to 30 minutes. So no longer than that. Because the point of a detox bath is you are in there to sweat, to detox, to get your toxins out. And so you want that water to stay hot. Now, if the water starts to cool after 20 to 30 minutes and you've sweated all these toxins out and they're in the water with you, and if you stay in longer than that because you start enjoying the temperature of the water, you're going to end up reabsorbing those toxins. So when you're doing a detox bath designed for treatment purposes, 20 to 30 minutes, hot water, okay? A lot of people will make sure you have water with you that you can drink throughout. A lot of people like to have like a cold washcloth they can put on their forehead on occasion just to kind of cool themselves off and allow them to last a little longer in the bath. That's really up to you. If you're getting into the bath, you want a nice long hour-long relaxing bath, just do some Epsom salts and some crystals. Don't do treatment designed things, because that is really a shorter bath that's 20 to 30 minutes long. And then, as I said, when you're done, drain the bath and rinse off, and then go lie down, because these baths really are designed they should drain you a little bit. You're detoxifying, and that can be very draining. You're also healing and treating and killing, and that's all very draining. So rinse off with some cold water, cooler water, to get all the toxins off, and then go lie down and just relax usually it takes me about anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes after a bath to kind of recuperate and be ready to get up and make dinner or watch a movie, or, some people will take a bath right before bed, and that's really nice because you're usually tired afterwards and you can climb into bed and just fall asleep because your body's ready and in that mode. So these are my favorite detox baths that I really wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that's helpful, especially for those treating a chronic illness or wondering how you can help your body detoxify and heal in general. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and then let me know what your favorite detox baths are. If there's something I missed that I forgot to mention, or a new bath that I don't know about, I would love to hear about it. And play with it, find what you like. I take a different bath for different reasons, as I've said, and I take, I put in different amounts of stuff based on how I'm feeling that day. If I'm feeling stronger, I'll pour this stuff in, and if I'm feeling weaker, I'll use less of everything. So just give it a shot, listen to your body. That's the biggest advice I can give overall in a healing process. Your body knows what it needs to heal, it knows what it wants to heal. We just have to listen. So I hope this video was helpful. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this. Leave a comment below either about this video or what you want to see in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video.